guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're on the 2015 Ford Expedition. This looks familiar to a lot of you. This is the Sync 2 8-inch screen. What we're going to do is we're going to show you today how easy it is to upgrade to the new Sync 3 system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's a real easy install. I'm going to show you here just in a minute how to do it. Basically all you're going to do is we're going to replace the screen here with the attached APIM on the back or sync module, and then we have to replace the USB hub that's in the armrest. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, this is the USB hub we want to pop out. You could use a dash pry tool or a flathead screwdriver. You just want to get behind it and really just kind of work it out. It'll just pop right out. Sometimes it comes out a little easier than others, but you pop it right out. And once you do, and basically what you're doing is these little tabs here on the sides, it's just, you get enough force to it, it'll just come right out. You're going to disconnect the two connectors here. You can set this aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install the Apple CarPlay hub here. So you get the two USBs. It comes with this little converter cable which retains the power and ground within this connector here. So you plug in that, you plug the other end into the back of the hub, and then your USB will plug into the dedicated USB port in the back of the hub. Then all you're going to do is you're going to slide it all, or tuck the wiring back into this little cubby here. Then it pops right into place. Alright, now what we need to do here is remove the climate control or the bezel. There's only two screws that hold this bezel in, and it's right behind this little plastic trim piece down here. So you get with your trim tool or flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to get behind it, just held in with retaining clips. And that'll give you access to the two 7mm screws that are located back here. Once those two screws are removed, this little bezel panel here just comes right out. Also held in with just retaining clips. We could just set that aside. Now what we're after is this piece right here. We're going to have to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7mm screws. Now the ACM we can just slide out and just kind of let it hang out there. Then what we're after, as I mentioned, is this here. Now to remove this APIM connector, you're going to push this little tab in here and slide the gray lever over, and that will just come right out. Then your USB cable, unplug that. Now what we need to do is we need to use, get a Torx screwdriver or a Torx driver. We're going to remove the 4 screws here that hold in these brackets. Basically, once we remove those brackets, we can then reinstall them into the exact same location on the Sync 3 display. Alright, we have the brackets on now, as you can see on the Sync 3 display here. Those are T9 Torx screws, by the way. So we can set this aside now. The last and final step here before we start putting everything back together, we need to install a GPS antenna. Now, there's no right or wrong way to install an antenna. It has a magnetic base on the bottom. There's a lot of metal brackets and braces back here. I found that it works pretty well by sticking it back here, just under the dash top here. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to plug this little GPS antenna connector into this plug right here. And then we're going to plug in the existing factory wiring. So you're going to slide this lever up and it'll clip into place. And then we're going to plug in our USB here. Now we can reassemble the dash here. We can reinstall our 6 screws, and then we can reinstall our bezel. We can go ahead and pull off our screen protector at this time. right, now that we have the bezel and everything popped back into place, we have all of our screws in. Let's go ahead and turn the vehicle on and check it out. The first time you start it, it does take just a minute. You see the Ford oval splash screen here. And now you see the Sync 3 layout. It's a really, really cool system here, guys. Within the sources, you can go from AM, FM, Sirius XM, CD, or Bluetooth streaming audio. That's within the audio tab here. Climate, obviously, just like before. You could set your climate however you want, either on the bezel or control panel itself, or up here on the screen. You will have to repair your phone again since it is a new sync module, so you can add your phone there. We do offer two different upgrades as far as this is concerned. We offer factory navigation, or we offer the non-navigation version for a little bit less money, because a lot of those people will prefer to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay maps as opposed to the factory one here. But this particular one obviously is the factory. You have your apps feature here. If you want to download Waze or the Ford app link, there's a ton of different apps you can actually download, and those will show up here. Then your settings menu. You know, you can go through and update or alter any of the vehicle settings, CarPlay preferences, ambient lighting if that's something you have. That's all controlled through here. Another thing I just wanted to show briefly, within the nav, and this is a really nice navigation system. You see the green lines, which is part of the Sirius traffic feature, which is a subscription. But now you have the pinch to zoom as well, which is really, really neat. It has all the traditional features a nav system has. Get to things quickly here. You don't have anything up on the windshield. You're not fooling with a phone. This is all factory Ford navigation here. The directions will come out the speakers, as you would assume. But nevertheless, just a really cool upgrade right there. Now, I just wanted to show you briefly how CarPlay works. What you're going to do is you're going to plug your USB cable into the port. It's always recommended you use the factory lightning cable. And right away, CarPlay shows up, so you can access features through your phone as far as making phone calls. Apple Music, if you have a subscription for that. Obviously, you have your Apple Maps feature here. It can take you anywhere you want to go. Messages, it'll read your text messages to you. You can then tell the system what you want to send back. Now playing, whether that's media, whatever type of media you're playing will show there. Podcasts, audiobooks, Spotify, you name it. There's so many different things that you can put on here. If you want to go back to the main Ford screen, you can just press the Ford Sync there, and then it'll bring you back here. You could easily get back to the CarPlay feature by here. The other thing I wanted to show you guys just real quick, those of you who love the Waze feature, I'll just show you briefly how that works. So what we're going to do is we're going to get back into the Ford screen here, go into settings, and we're going to go to CarPlay. We're going to disable CarPlay. Now, this allows us to use the apps feature, and then we're going to start up our Waze on our phone. You'll notice the Waze icon shows here. Now we can use Waze. Now, what's really cool about Waze, it uses other people around you. Like just briefly there, it said that there's 3,000 other people using Waze around us right now. It's great for, you know, cops who are trying to pull people over for speeding, traffic jams, fastest routes, so on and so forth, all through the Waze. So that's a really cool navigation feature there as well. And you'll get that here with the Sync 3 upgrade. So just a real cool system, guys. We offer it for the F-150s, the Super Duties, the Rams, Silverado Sierras. We even get into the sports cars like the Corvette, Challengers, Mustangs. But we do a whole bunch of stuff, more so than upgrades of the radios. We do backup cameras, satellite radio, factory Bluetooth. so on and so forth. So come check us out, infotainment.com. Thanks for watching, guys.